Your last ad campaign was destined to fail before you even hit launch. I can tell you exactly why. And realistically, it's not fully your fault because when you launched that campaign with 2020 messaging that just said, hey, if you're in this niche and you struggle with this problem, you want this outcome, I'm going to help you do so with risk reversal. 1,000 other people have already showed them that exact ad. And when they've been burned before, it puts in that same bucket. But when you switch your messaging system to a more sophisticated buyer in 2026, you use the same principles that I use to launch ads at $20 a day for high ticket coaching for my own business that brought me my first $30,000 month. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to happen for you, but it could because the concept was proven before and following the exact formulas that I'm still using right now at scale. They can work for you as well. So this is the anatomy of a winning ad and how to make your first high converting ad just by copying me. And for context, over the last couple months, I've spent well over $10,000 on my own ads and launched over 1,000 ads. So through trial and error, proof of concept, and my own money, I have found a formula that works time and time again that is working at $150 per day for my coaching business right now. And I always start with the same principles of starting with 20 bucks a day on ads. So these are my winning ads and they crush. These single ads have brought me thousands and thousands of dollars. Some even bringing me $12,000 alone. Now, some of these ads, we have $138 spent, 6K return, $35 book calls, multiple $1,000 a month subscriptions, 500 spent, 6K return, $20 calls per leads, $50 booked calls, multiple 1K subscriptions, $248 spent, and $12,000 returned. We also have $15 book calls and $29 book calls, all for high ticket coaching. So, how does this make any sense if everyone's always telling you that you need to spend $100 a day to get high ticket leads? Because the truth is, it was never about the budget. The only reason why people ask for thousands of dollars to test and warm up is to justify their high price tag. Because when you say, hey, we're going to spend $15,000 on ads, but it's only $8,000 to work and get the knowledge, you're like, okay, that makes sense. And truthfully, they're just trying to gamble that and hope that out the gate you can get a very quick win so that you stay for longer. And when it doesn't happen and you fuck up, that $100 a day still spends while you message them and you wait for a response and you wait for them to get you new ad scripts or you wait for them to hop on calls with you to figure out what the actual problem is. And by that time, you already spent $700 on a system that isn't working. And this is where I came up with my $20 a day ad strategy. Because when Andromeda dropped, there's a new way that it sequences ads. It takes millions of pieces of content, millions of ads, and it sequences them based on your buying behavior, your scrolling behavior, and what stage of awareness you're at. Are you on top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel? Where are you and when are you ready to convert? What have you already known? What is your situation? What is your current reality? It knows this based on what content you watch. And then it finds you the perfect ad of exactly when you're going to convert, what's going to bring you into an ecosystem. What is it going to do and how is it going to position itself so that you convert down the line? Now, the old way to do this was have 3 different ads and spend $100 a day just changing something very simple and hoping that that would change the outcome. But realistically, that's not how it works anymore because what Meta is going to do is it's going to sequence all of your ads. So having different ads is going to show it to a different audience. So let's say that ad 1 is for pocket 1 and pocket 1 is a completely different situation of people. They're going through something completely different. They want something else. They have a different reason for exactly why they want to get into your coaching offer. Now ad 2 might be for another person. Pocket 3, ad 3 might be for a completely different person altogether. Now they're all in your same niche, but it's how you're going to target them. So besides the pockets, take away the pockets from these ads, for example. Let's say that all 3 of these ads are into pocket 1, right? We have creative variation. So what do is you take your ICP and you go through their exact situation. What are they going through? What is their unaware stage? What is their aware stage? And what is their most aware stage? What is their top, middle, and bottom of funnel for their situation? And how do you bring it to light? How do you explain away their pain? Show them where they're at? How do you identity shift? That's what you have to do, and that's what all of your ads should do for Andromeda. So if ad 1 is really, really good at converting, let's say that ad 2 and 3 are really good at bringing them to conversions. They're showing them towards the light. They're giving them the aha moments. They're engineering and reframing their perspective so that by the time that ad 1, the bottom of funnel ad is shown, they're ready to convert because they already believe you. They have a new sense of belief, and they already have an enemy created. And this is why Andromeda makes ads great. Again, when ads are super hard to make profitable, you need an 18-step funnel, you need a bunch of nurture, and realistically, you don't need that anymore. I don't have an 18-day email sequence. I could have one, probably help, but I don't need it. And that's what I like about this system. You especially don't need an ad agency that's going to sit on piles of money while you spend that money and hope you to see results and watch your calendar endlessly, hoping new appointments get booked. And the absolute best part is you don't need a perfect funnel. You don't need perfect ads. You don't need to sit in a studio recording all these ads, a great setup. You don't need any of that. You can record right from your home office in a plain background like the one that I'm using. Because the truth is that if your ads and your messaging are so good, you don't need $100 a day. You should be able to just spend $20 a day on ads because it's all human nature and human psychology. Why should your budget dictate if another human is going to convert or not? So if you keep it simple and you work on your messaging, you can get high ticket leads for just $20 per day. Now, the market has shifted. What used to be just client testimonial, you need testimonials, you need everything just to show social proof. And that is all that people needed. You need professionalism, reviews, everything. That's not the case anymore. You don't need countless reviews. Now, are they good? Are they going to help you? Yes, but it is not needed because the market's always going to shift. Now, but what the market is doing is it's shifting more to authentic, intimate offers, building trust through yourself. So, what was your experience? What did you go through? How did you solve this problem? And when you have that connection to your audience, that is what they crave. They don't want to be put in a group chat. They want to know that you are going to be by their side because you went through this exact situation as well, and you're going to help them get out of it. And the way that you effectively communicate that through your ads is not through the old way of calling out to a niche with a generic pain and a generic I can help you scale promise with a risk reversal and a unique mechanism that doesn't even make sense. This is not how you write ads and win with ads in 2026. What you do now is situational messaging, a principle used by masters of mass movements, a unique way to get people to trust you and follow you as if you built a cult and as if you had a cult-like following through cold traffic. Now, the way that you do this is you have a public enemy. You get a public enemy that they hate, go against a consensus, a common belief, and you talk to their current reality. You break a consensus, you go against it, you talk to it, and you don't tell them that you can help them, but you let them figure it out for themselves that they need your help by positioning your offer as something that just makes sense. We don't need an irresistible offer or a Godfather Grand Slam offer, but your offer should be positioned in a way that it only makes sense for them to want to grab it. And when you do this, you launch a sequence of ads and you can spend this at $20 a day, which is great because it's not going to burn your budget eventually when something does go wrong. Because when you launch ads, there's always going to be a bottleneck. Sometimes your sales process is going to be a lot lower than what you thought it was going to be. So as you're fixing the sales process or you're fixing the funnel or the landing page or whatever it is, the bottleneck that comes up, you're not spending $100 a day while trying to fix it. You're still spending money, but it's just $20 a day. And this is a unique way to stand out no matter how the market shifts. So no matter where the market goes, whether this is new or this is hot, so webinars or whatever it may be new in the market, having a way to talk to your audience will forever be the reason why or why not you get conversions for your coaching. Because if ads die and no one converts on ads tomorrow, I can use these formulas for my organic content to position myself better, to have this perspective reframing system in place to get them to follow me as if I was a cult leader. So what does this actually look like when going through their head? So when you reframe their perspective and you logically explain and you create an enemy and you unlock a deep desire for a verbatim quote of what they're talking about, you're going to make it so that you surround their inner thoughts. You're always going to be around them because every time their belief shifts or they have a new perspective, they're going to want to look back to, okay, what else does this guy have? And when you make it so simple for them to understand it and you create an enemy that they already hated and you talk to their internal monologue of what they actually want, they understand that you get it. And that's how you win a click. So, but it goes deeper than that. And what are they actually thinking? So they need to start thinking, I need to operate better. I need to, in the quote of the great Jeremy Haynes, stop being a pussy. And when you logically explain it, they go, that makes so much sense. I can't believe I listened to that old enemy that I had. And when you talk to exactly what they want, they don't want to follow a cookie cutter plan. They want to follow a plan that makes sense for them, that they grasp, instead of trying to reverse engineer someone else's system to blindly put it into their business. They build something from the ground up that makes it so easy for them to understand that they can continue to reproduce and reuse it over and over and over again. And this is how you mass manipulate a market to brainwash cold traffic to start following you. And when they start following you, Meta picks up on this. Meta picks up on this, that you're a hot commodity. You're popular because Meta wants you to spend more money. So they're going to reward you. Why would they not? They're a business. And they're going to start pushing more traffic. So you spend more. So you post more content. So they show your content more. And then you get more clients. And then, because the space is a lot smaller than a lot of you think, everyone knows everyone. And when you start a movement, it doesn't matter if anyone copies you, because you started it and you can always say something that they can't. So if you want to see exactly how I would implement this into your business, you want me to go step by step to hold your hand, make sure that you can implement this and start seeing results in 7 days from this system, then there's going to be a link, and I want you to click it, and you can apply to work one-on-one with me, not in a community, but in a case study cohort, where I'm going to install this into your business and make sure that it's working for you in the next 7 days.